Let's go now to Harry Litman, former U.S. attorney and host of the Talking Feds podcast. Okay, my friends, so we know jail time is off the table, and Judge Merchan wrote something called unconditional discharge will be the most likely option. What does that mean? Is it essentially something symbolic? And why not delay or table the sentencing until he's out of office in 2029?
It does sound like a contradiction in terms, doesn't it? But here's how it works. Under New York law, you can discharge someone, say you're free to go conditionally, keep your nose clean in this or that way, and then a sentence follows. If the court chooses, a discharge can also be unconditional, very rare. But what it means is what it sounds like. No penalty. Trump has no physical accountability. Nevertheless, I think I would choose the opposite top line from Vaughn. And it was already a foregone conclusion for obvious reasons, as Merchan put it, that as of November 5th, he was not going to face any kind of serious jail time. And what really matters, I think, what was left for society to claim is the fact of conviction, the historical point, the scarlet letter that makes it clear that our next president is a felon. He's going to fight mightily against that, try to stay or keep it from happening. But that, I think, given where we stood, is a really significant development because he's making such strong efforts to take the election as a complete cleaning of the slate. And it isn't. He's still a convict. And for Merchan to affirm that, I think, is really noteworthy, even historical.
Donald Trump is expected to appeal his sentencing. How does that play out with him as the sitting president? How likely is it that a higher court could overturn the ruling since there is no actual penalty? And timing-wise, this is all supposed to go down on Friday, 6 days from now in New York City. 10 days later, he is to be inaugurated. Can all of this be sorted out in that quick a period of time?
Timing is everything here, Alex. Of course he can appeal. Anybody can appeal a conviction and a sentence. Typically, though, a defendant has to wait until sentence is pronounced. That's when the conviction actually becomes final. Then you bring your appellate remedies. So you're not able to jump the gun. Of course, Trump is a specialist at jumping the gun, and he has at the end of the path the Supreme Court possibly to help him jump it. But he's going to have to come up with some novel argument. Of course, every court is saying unprecedented circumstances, et cetera, that the mere fact that Merchan on Friday, looks down, peers over him, gives him a tongue wagging as he will and pronounces sentence. That fact is an irreparable injury, even though for any other defendant it wouldn't be. Nothing irreparable. You just go to the Court of Appeals, and if they say Merchan is wrong, it wipes it off. Here, however, it may be that the appeals can't happen while he's president. His vindication, if he deserved one, would be in 2029. So can he get either of the two higher New York courts or the U.S. Supreme Court to bite on the idea that he has a novel claim for irreparable injury to actually put Friday's sentencing off calendar? That's his real game here. And like everything else, it's a novel sort of circumstance given the unprecedented situation. I think he shouldn't be able to. I see nothing irreparable here, but you can see the argument on the other side. The mere fact of it will burden the presidency, et cetera.
Okay. Harry Litman, $10 says you'll be back with us next weekend after all this goes down on Friday, so we'll look forward to seeing you then. Thank you, my friend.